morning, everyone. Today's reading is going to be your new crush. We will be looking at their energy, their thoughts, their feelings, their intentions, and how they see you, that type of thing. You have got three choices as usual. You've got the duck egg, blue you, you've got the red you, or the pink you. Which you would you like to be? Just take your choice and then we'll get going. Okay, the situation between the pair of you is coming up as the Empress. So there's something that feels nurturing between you both. I don't know whether this person may be helping you through a situation. You may be workmates. You may be giving each other advice, or there may be just a vibe that makes you feel like you're accepted. With the Empress card there for the situation, it makes me just think of somebody that makes you feel good in your own skin. Somebody that looks at you and thinks you're okay just as you are. They're coming across with their energies, the Knight of Wands, which has given me a feeling of somebody who actually goes out of their way to help you. Somebody who possibly in a work situation is offering you advice or opening opportunities for you, or it just could be somebody who it's the Knight of Wands is action and the Empress is nurturing. So that to me is making me think of somebody that goes out of their way to make your life easier. So I don't know how that applies to you. It could be somebody who serves you apples and oranges at the greengrocer, somebody who fixes your car, or somebody that is really kind to your kids, or somebody who just makes your life flow that little bit flowy. Can't think of a word. That little bit more flowy. With the Empress and the Knight of Wands there's also a feeling of somebody who's very kind-hearted, somebody that just is naturally, with most people, very giving. So you possibly could have fallen for this person because of their kind nature. Something in them feels as if it's just warm and open and giving, and that's very attractive. That is extremely attractive. But it's making me think, with those two cards together, whether lots of people see this person as a giver or somebody that lights up other people's lives. You know, somebody who's maybe in that profession that they may do something that makes other people feel bigger. And you've got no, actually, was the first card under the Knight of Wands. So this is somebody who's quite adventurous, somebody who's not afraid to go out of their way to help people, somebody who just gets on with it. You know when you're in trouble and there's people that waft in and out and offer you condolences or offer you words. This is not it. With the Empress and the Knight of Wands, this is somebody who comes in and actually does something. When your life's hit a bit of a rough spot, they're there and they know what they're doing and they're actually pulling you out of it. And it doesn't have to be like grand gestures. It's just something that they do, and it hits a note, it hits a point, and it really does help. It's just nurturing, making you feel good in your own skin and just pulling you through life. So there's something that's hit you with this person that makes you feel as in you don't see that type of person very often. It's one of life's givers, I think. How they see you, Queen of Pentacles, there's something about you that's quite solid. There's something about you that comes across as being normally very attractive, but it's attractive in a way that immovable attractiveness, which sounds ridiculous. It's that attractiveness that is very feminine. It pulls things towards it rather than goes out, reaches out. It's not the type of attractiveness where it's giddy or it makes people laugh. It's that attractiveness that doesn't change for people, that doesn't laugh at the puberty section encyclopedia when they're 13. That was me. It's just that I am what I am, here I am. Which I wonder whether the attraction between the pair of you is because you look as if you could both provide. You know, it's got that Empress and Emperor energy somewhat in here. but the sexes are mixed here. You couldn't say which one was masculine and feminine because they're coming across as the Empress, you're coming across as the Queen. So there's something very feminine in the way that you both come across. You've got the karmic release here as well. So your energy has what I'm thinking a more profound impact in the fact that you don't muck around. The Queen of Pentacles, the karmic release is, you give off this energy of I'm only going to enter a relationship if it's good for me, if it works for me. You know, it's almost like don't give me any crud type of relationship here. It's like you give off the energy of not playing, but putting the effort in if they measure up. I suppose is what I'm thinking there, the Queen of Pentacles and the karmic release. This Empress and Knight of Wands energy makes me think of my Uncle Ken. He was... Sorry, no, this is not going to be sexy for you. I mean, my Uncle Ken was lovely, lovely. He was the type of guy who, Sagittarius moon, a lot of Virgo in there, he was Leo as well, was just there when we were kids, used to help us swim. He used to, I don't know, he was very good with kids, very good with children, just that warm energy that did stuff. It wasn't somebody who says, you know what, lovely kids, blah, blah, blah. Not that we were, but he was the type of man that just would sing songs when we were walking, you know, I don't know what, old campfire songs, but he just used to enjoy life and was very nurturing with it. So that is the energy I'm getting from the pair of you. Their thoughts and their feelings, the Knight of Pentacles at the moment. So there's something to do with measured giving. It's something to do with, oh, this person's attractive, I think I'm going to do something with them. This is, you know, I'm going to do it slowly. I'm going to include them. I'm going to offer this because that's part of my personality. Because it is a very, very giving pile. Somebody that just gives quite naturally. Their feelings towards you, however, are quite different because their feelings are wish come true. It's like meeting somebody. You know, when you go for periods of your life and you're sort of attracted to people. No, I don't know this, of course. Attracted to people every now and then you find one you think... You probably find, don't you, about 5 in your life, I guess. You know, 5 people that really, me and my sisters have these conversations, 5 people that really strike a chord in some way within you because there's something about them, either you're learning something or you recognise something of yourself. This is how this person sees you. I'm guessing a feeling here of one or the other, maybe both. Learning something, possibly recognising something of themselves as well. With these cards here, there's something quite secretive about their intentions. There's something almost as if this person may be giving, but with a High Priestess here, they may be giving with ulterior motives, which is always hopeful. As if you may be different from the rest of the people that they come into contact with. And although they're giving here, because this is once again extremely nurturing energy, with their feelings here being slightly more exuberant than their actions, there's I'm giving, but there's different intentions. I'm trying to get closer to this person. This person won't muck you about. This person, I guess, is a little bit with the Queen of Pentacles and the karmic releases, slightly in awe of you. It has the energy of the Queen of Pentacles and the karmic release of like a Taurus Buddha. I don't know what that sounds like. I do know what that sounds like. It's like somebody who is solid and somebody who has their own grounding and their own intentions and is not movable and has, I'm going to say, a set of protocols. I don't know what I mean. A set of, it's like resilience. It's like inner resilience. Yeah, this is like you come across as in seen it before, done it before, still open, still kind-hearted, don't muck with me. This person doesn't have that energy, to be honest. This person is, I want to give. They're seeing you as somebody they can actually work towards slowly, but their feelings are, to me, not the life changer, but the game changer in this reading, because their feelings are huge. It's almost a bit sort of luscious, luxuriant feelings. It's like somebody who likes looking at you, somebody who, it's like that feeling of somebody they want to take out for dinner, somebody they want to really be close to. It's got a sort of romantic, luscious feeling of candlelit dinners, going out to buy you things, that type of, I don't often say that, to be honest, indulgent feel about it. which is probably with the Queen of Pentacles. I wonder whether you've both got earth in you in some way. Because it does have that Taurusy feeling of somebody that loves through feeling, somebody that loves through buying, somebody that loves through spoiling. And it feels as if you've both, it does, recognise that in each other. That may be the hook that clicks. Yeah, it's a weird feeling. It is, honestly, it's like a feeling of... See, I don't have this in me, but I can see it, and it's something really nice in it. It's like somebody who feels secure through comfort. It's like two people sat together on a couch together, you know, wearing clothes that are smooth or silky, and they're cuddling and they're watching TV and they're eating, and it feels absolutely perfect. If this person's fantasy, if they had a fantasy with you, this is what it would be. It would be smooth bodies, smooth clothes, warmth, skin, clean smells, holding tight. It would be getting up the next day and making breakfast and taking it slow and eating it slowly and enjoying everything and enjoying the view and planning a day together where it was strolling arm in arm around. The Sagittarius may be like, oh my God, please don't do that to me. It would be strolling around shops and chatting and stopping once again for cakes and coffee and kissing, and that type of sitting on benches, looking at the sea, feeling slow, tempered, beautiful, life-saving. This has turned extremely romantic, and it's only like 9 o'clock in the morning. That is lovely. That is something I don't have in me. It's absolutely beautiful. It's taking life really slow. There's something in you that this has changed. This whole reading's changed now. I'm doing it one by one, and it's turned into a whole lump. There's something in you that they see that feels as if they can save a life in some way. There's something quite beautiful in the way that you move. There's something quite beautiful in the way that you express yourself that makes them feel like life slowed down. And there must be something in them or their family that feels the same, and that's how they give. They give through softness, they give through cushioning life, they give through making life that little bit easier for people, but they don't do it in a look at me type of way. They don't do it in a raw type of way. They do it in a very soft and subtle way. And there's something in the way that, I'm guessing in the way that, it could be lots of things, the way that you speak, the way that why is your mouth coming into my mind? Not that it is your mouth, I don't know, but it's like somebody who has soft features, you know, long eyelashes, bigger lips, enjoys their body, doesn't watch their weight, whether they're, you know, big or small. It's just like, I am what I am and I'm happy in it. And this is like somebody, they see you as somebody who doesn't mind rolling around nude. Oh my God, what am I talking about? It's 9 o'clock in the morning. You know, some people are quite shy of their bodies. This has a feeling of somebody who's very proud of their body, even however imperfect it is. It's like, God made me. This is my mum and God made me. This is me. Oh my gosh, totally different feel. You start off doing a reading thinking I can read one card bit by bit, and then it turns into a feeling and it takes on a different tack, and it may not apply to everybody because it tends to go down one track more so. But I feel I have to say it anyway. And there is something to do with indulgent feelings here. There's something to do with somebody who holds your face when they're kissing you. Oh my God, 9 o'clock. It is somebody that holds your face when they're kissing you, or somebody that holds the back of your neck. It's somebody that smells your skin. And it's somebody that thinks of this secretly. And it's somebody that moves slowly towards you. This isn't somebody who's in a rush. This isn't somebody who... I'm going to ruin it now. Who wants to do something quick in a toilet. This is somebody that wants to take it. You know, wants to have the correct backdrop to your contacts, wants things to be. This is somebody who invites you around for dinner and puts a lot of effort into the food and the lighting and what, that type of thing. This is somebody who watches you eating and you don't even know it. There's something quite quiet and observant about this person that watches the way that you eat. This is somebody who probably has very nice kind eyes, and I'm wondering whether they're dark. Sometimes I have an image of people who, I don't know why I have an image of people who watch my readings as being quite tomboyish, and I don't know why, but this doesn't have that feeling at all. I think it's because I probably am a little bit like that. This has an image of somebody who wears skirts. Yes, imagine that. Somebody who wears dresses and looks really good in them. Somebody who doesn't mind dressing up occasionally. That's how they see you. It's almost like, it's very sexy. There's something about this pal that is very, very sexy. There's something about the way that they see you that is like almost quite precious. Treating you with like kid gloves and not swearing in front of you, and on their best behaviour. It's like a gentleman and a lady. It's like what was that Richard Gere film? Officer and Gentleman. No, that sounds wrong, doesn't it? Well, I think very much could be Officer and Gentleman. So it doesn't have to be. You don't have to be wearing dresses. You could just be wearing those outfits that look like they're really well put together. You don't have to. It's not male and female, of course. It just has a feeling of smooth chocolate, this one. When it melts in your mouth. Oh, what am I talking about anyway? What I think is actually going to happen, as in how this relationship is going to progress, or this crush is going to progress, has a feeling of, once again, you've got the 10 of Pentacles down here, and with the Queen of Pentacles here, it has that, there could be a family relationship here. This may be somebody you know through your family, but it has that feeling, if not, of being very proper, of being very sort of dignified, being very sort of slow moving, and it has larger intentions with the 10 of Pentacles. You're trying to reach the accumulation of the Pentacles, and it's always a family card. So it has that feeling that somebody who's looking for a mate, a life mate. What is a life mate? I don't know. But once again, Page of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, this person, and you've got the... you have got the 4 of Pentacles here. This person is not going to show their feelings very easily. This person possibly will show them, but you also, in the Knight of Wands, you had the No card with the moon on, which makes me think of timing. It's like you may not know what they're thinking yet, but it's more almost a case of hold yourself back, hold your head up, and see what happens in this pad, because it's going to be a slow mover. And your advice here, the 6 of Buckets, which is the 6 of Cups, is to connect in a very sort of, as if you've known this person for ages. You probably feel like that, they probably feel like that. It's as if you've always known this person. That's how you connect. It's very welcoming, very open, it's no fear here. It's like, you can't hurt me, I'm not going to hurt you. It's just, let's just reveal ourselves slowly. This is a slow burner. This is like a fire that basically, not whipped up, it just sort of simmers until it starts growing. Why am I thinking of cooking spaghetti bolognese there? I have no idea. It has a feeling of, like hot countries when somebody passes. I don't know why. It's like hot countries when somebody, when you're on holiday. And not, this hasn't got a holiday feeling to it so much, because it feels as if it's something more established, something more in keeping with your everyday environment. And somebody, I'm just thinking hot countries here to me, where everything feels lush and it feels warm and it's slowed down and you don't care about anything because you're on holiday. You just don't get, it's not because you're on holiday, it's the weather, it's the heat, everything's more laid back, everybody's sleeping in the afternoon. Oh my God, this is beautiful. It's like looking outside your window every day and somebody really dishy passing, and then you having their eye on them, them sort of stopping and talking to you, and it's like a regular occurrence where nothing much happens, but the attraction is there, and it slowly builds, And it's like, then you actually do, you know, like the end of the holiday or the end of a few months, you see them in a situation where you can get a little bit closer. And then it starts, you know, it's still not fast. It's like a slow burner where the attraction's there. And it's easy. It's easy attraction. You know, the six of cups here. It's like you can just talk about things and you can connect, and it's not as if you're trying to impress each other. It just honestly feels like chocolate going down your throat. It smells, to me, this pile smells of Italian summer gardens. It smells of handsome people. Not that you have to be handsome, but it doesn't, you know, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. One person finds handsome, I don't, and vice versa. I'm saying for you, it is so unique to each person, isn't it? But it is, to me, smells of yours and theirs handsome person. You know, that just something that ticks, and something that's quite beautiful, and something that smells of summer, something that's quite fragrant, and something that just is luscious. It feels like something, you know, like, I don't know where this is going to go long term, this crush, but it feels like something that you need to take advantage of it, because sometimes when beauty enters your life, it's like you need to enjoy it. It feels like Venus, the Empress. It does, honestly, it feels like Venus. It feels like Venus that's moving, but it's moving slowly. It's like one of these, this to me is a strange feeling. It's like, you know, one of those films that you get when people are on like the gap years, and it's always somewhere in France or Italy, and they're young. You don't have to be young. It just has that feeling of like, you know, like sexual awakening sort of film, or coming of age, isn't it? Not sexual awakening, more so. And people start discovering each other, and there's lots of, you know, lush scenery and greenery and mansions in countrysides, and young people that fall in love. There's always swimming pools, there's always water, there's also lots of eye contact, there's lots of sun-kissed sort of, you know, skin, and it rumbles slowly amongst the heat. It's like one of those sort of, my image of what south of North America must be like. You know, when everything's quite, it must be even hotter in South America, but that's probably the image I'm getting of when the heat smells of water, you know, that sort of wet heat. Oh my god, this isn't answering your questions. I'm going to start again. I'm so sorry. Let me go through it quickly to summarize. I'm so sorry. Your new crush has a very nurturing energy. There's a warmth there. There's a desire to move forward with giving. There's a desire to include people in their good nature. There's a desire to make people feel better. This has got something to do with your attraction to them. I wonder, often the case with people like this, where lots of people see them as this energy. So it just, maybe something just clicked. It's just that time in your life that you're looking for that type of energy. You're coming across as somebody very solid, somebody quite immovable, somebody extremely attractive to them, somebody who is very physically attractive. I try not to go on too much about physical attraction, because I know, but it's part of it. It really is part of it. There's something about you that is their ideal, with the way that your body looks, the way that you talk, the way that your hair's done, the way that you smell. It's got something to do with a feeling of richness. It's a feeling of, I'm going to say voluptuousness. It has that feeling of beauty, just pure beauty. I can't even put my finger on it, and it's feminine beauty. Whether you're a male or female, it has a feeling of smoothness. It has a feeling of receptivity. This person's extremely slow moving. They're going to come towards you in snippets, in very solid snippets. It's not a case of like just eye contact. It will develop into what I'm guessing connecting in a very deep way, but almost as in like you get parts of it and they move on. Their emotional feelings towards you are, I think there's a physical attraction, but it's not like, I'm not saying it's not sexual attraction. It's more than that. It's like, the word is, I'm thinking revered in some way. It has that feeling of beauty. But it has that feeling of, you know, it's like a poetic feeling of somebody that it's like part of a poem. As if this person could be writing a poem about you. I know there's not that many people that write poetry, but this has this feeling of somebody who's got a very romantic nature. There's a fifth house Neptune feeling about this, where everything is moist. That's it. I can't say that word in front of my kids, they won't let me say it. But it is, it's like heat and moisture and love and siestas and mid-afternoon loving sessions. Let me put it like that. It just has that feeling of, regardless of your age, regardless of your position in life, it's almost like refinding, or it could be your first time, I don't know. It's like, you know, when you reinvent love, when you do it in your own way. Yum. You also have here, their intentions are quite secretive, because I think it's going to start so slowly that they want to connect, but they may not be revealing that much, and there may be a continued period of wondering and watching. There is also here a feeling of it, well, this isn't also a feeling, it's going to be a slow burner, this one. It's like the passion that burns, but you're not going to really know what's going on probably until 2 or 3 months down the track, because this person does not move fast. It doesn't mean anything. It's just the way that they do it. You'll find the same, you know, also this type of person, their anger is a slow burner as well. Everything that they do needs to be layered before they can actually undress it. And your advice here is you've got social justice here. These are like extra cards, but you've got the 6 of Cups again, which is just to keep connecting. Keep it slow. Play them at their own game. Look good, smile, be calm, breathe, and connect. And which I think is going to be easy for you. Okay, pile number 1, I'm going to finish there. That does honestly feel like a summer holiday read to me. That just feels like the type of book I'd like to take on holiday with me, because it just feels honestly like those. It's like it's like a love story. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. Good luck. Bye. Sorry, I don't know if that clicked off. Then ask from their best interest and everybody else's as well. And it's somebody who knows how to use their higher self in some way. I don't mean that in a spiritual way. Maybe I do, I don't know. It's somebody who takes the high road rather than nitpicking or being small-minded. It's like somebody that doesn't burn other people. Someone sees the best in people and nurtures people in a very sort of warm, but it's magnanimous in some way, because you've got that sun feeling there and you've got that Jupiter feeling there. This person feels like a big person. The situation feels big, the person feels big. It's like somebody that you've met who's not playing the small game of retracting their feelings or retracting their emotions. It's somebody who is not afraid, who's very brave, and probably you know that they're attracted to you, because this type of energy would not hold it back. How they see you, the Knight of Wands, they see you as themselves. They see you as somebody who can move forward in life. You're the type of person they could take on holiday. They would like to go and trek Nepal with you. They would like to go to New Zealand. They would like to pop off. They probably would like to pop off. But on each of the islands, it's somebody who's got a sense of adventure, and it's somebody that sees you as the same person. There's a wild side to the pair of you in this reading, or that's how they're perceiving it. It's like somebody that doesn't want to accept the status quo, somebody that likes to keep moving, somebody that can see above. What are those things that vicars standing in churches? Pulpit, above the pulpit of life. The pulpit of life. I once took my husband into a local church. We were just walking around a countryside church, and I went up on the pulpit, and it was really strange because he didn't like it. You could see he did not like me on the pulpit. What does that say about the way that we're brought up? You know, what is that? It's a building. It's got a raised platform where somebody lectures to us. And I just went up there and was just wondering what it felt like. And he was like, "Oh, don't come down. I don't like it." What is that? How are we brought up, and what do we think, and what do we feel, and what positions do we play in life? You two here would get on the pulpit. I'm not saying it's disrespect, because I don't think that came into my mind when I was doing it. It was a case of trying to understand. Well, I didn't actually consciously know this. With the pair of you, it's a case of not accepting what positions other people give you in life. So I didn't say that very clearly, but it's a nice feeling of innocence and openness. And I wonder whether the pair of you often trip each other up. Not each other up, but in life you've both gone through the same sort of trials and tribulations where you've said what you were thinking, or you've fallen down because you jumped in with 2 feet. It has a very sort of fiery Sagittarius, Gemini open, but it's like you could be older, or you could be extremely wise in the fact that you've controlled yourself, and you both know how to control yourselves, because you're coming across as the Knight of Wands, which is the kind-hearted moose. You connect with people. Sometimes fire energy can just go forward and forget to bring people with them. Not always, especially not like Leo or Sagittarius really, but that is probably the downside. And all the sides are 50-50, aren't they? As we all are 50-50. Beautiful and revolting, all wrapped into one. But you have a feeling here, the 2 birds here, that you're very good at being very directed. You've got energy, you've got fire there, but you pull other people in with you. This person has a similar feel because they feel as if they're in control of their lower emotions or their lower intentions sometimes. Everybody wants to do things for themselves. It's, part of us having an ego, isn't it? But as we get older, I'm still waiting, we learn how to include other people. So you've both got a very grand energy. It feels like the sun. It feels like you both shine. And that is what they're probably attracted to you for that reason. And vice versa. You also got the King of Pentacles here, which to me, with the Wheel of Fortune, the Strength, they feel the same. It feels like the Knight of Wands, the King of Pentacles, is fire that's controlled. It feels as if there's passion inside you, you're full of energy, but it's maintained and controlled in some way. It feels like the same thing. Oftentimes I talk about people's energy and how it fits inside your body. And this is what fascinates me. I've been talking to I don't know to mention names, to a lady on Patreon who she'd be going to do a video on dancing, because dancing to me is fascinating, because when you dance you see your energy, and you see it if you're not self-conscious, without any hold barred, is that the right word? The way you move is your energy, it just is. And we were talking about Beyonce and how Justin Timberlake and Uranus, and how the energy is quite staccato in some way, because that's how that's how people move. You see somebody running who's Uranus, fast walking. Somebody who's Taurus, it's like mountain goat. Somebody who's Capricorn, mountain goat, keeps going. There's something in this energy that is large and expressive, and that's where the attraction is. That's probably why you're attracted to them, and vice versa, because it's large and expansive, but it's not out of control. It's not somebody who blurts out things and it's really embarrassing. It's not somebody, maybe they do, but it's not a huge part of their personality, or yours either. It's warmth, it's energy that's inside you that is pushing out all the time. And that, to be honest, is what we want to get in this lifetime, isn't it? It's that, to feel full of energy, and for it to be controlled and being exactly where we want to make our stamp in this world. Because there's nothing worse than energy that seeps out and it feels rotten. Yeah, there's nothing more. This isn't that pile. This is the complete opposite. Energy that seeps out and feels rotten happens to all of us, oftentimes in small snippets of the day when we think something. And you think, well, that's not, we make a judgment, or we say something that's a little bit below who we actually feel that we should be. This has the complete opposite. This is two people who give off energy that's big, non-judgmental. I mean, we all are. Nobody's perfect, and I don't think even the day that we die, regardless of how much we try, we ever will be. There's just too many variants. There's too many variants here. This has a really nice feeling of dignified grandeur in some way. Their thoughts for you are strange because I don't think they have any thoughts of you. This is weird, I know. Their feelings for you are recognition of somebody that's very similar. Their intentions for you are to get more of you. So I don't know why their thoughts have ended. As I don't know whether there's separation, whether you've got a crush on somebody and you're not together, you've recognised the similarities and the separation because they're... Let me put some more on that. This person is busy. This person isn't overthinking things. This person is an action-orientated person. There's too much fire. You've got the Emperor, the thoughts. You've got the 10 of Wands. This person doesn't think much. This may be a very fiery person. Doesn't mean anything. It's one of those energies where if you're there, you're in front of them. This is an energy. If you like this person, you need to get near them. This is my dad. This is my dad. Aries, Sagittarius. It's like if you're not there in front of them, they're not going to sit at home thinking about you. Not because that's just not what they do. It's not because they don't care for you. It's just like they want immediacy. They want you there. This is almost could be saying this. If you want to make an impact on this person, you've got to get in their vicinity somehow. You've got to let them see you because this person is action orientated. And what they feel towards you is like you're one of their tribe. Queen of Wands here is you are the person that they would like to put stuff in the back of a car and go camping. And this has a feeling of people that like to rough. The first pile, totally opposite. People that like to rough it a bit is people that come alive when they're sleeping on a boat under the stars. This is not somebody who... Pile number 1 probably was somebody who's that interested in 5-star hotels, maybe at the end of an adventure. There's like a couple of nights when you've basically sweated on the floor in some canvas or some really disgusting bag with spiders on your face. The 2 nights at the end of that may be something luxurious, but this is somebody who wants to feel life, who wants to smell like they're living it. And there's a really strong feeling here. Intentions are they want to communicate with you. They want you to be there in front of them. This is not a poetry writing fantasy island pile at all. This is somebody that wants it in reality. This is not a slow burner. This is this person wants you face to face, wants to talk to you, wants to know what you're doing. Are you attracted to them? And if you are, you've got the Lovers for advice. And I'm jumping ahead here. You've got to show it. This is somebody, you don't have to say, oh my God, I'm so attracted to you. You could just compliment them in some way. This is somebody who wants people to be forward and honest. And your cards at the end, now, it's like this is where it's leading to. This is what's going to happen. You've got the Fool, you've got the 9 of Cups, you've got the Chariot. You can't have more action-orientated cards. The Fool is that journey we're talking about. That is like, and Uranus is immediate. It doesn't think. It blurts out. To me, Uranus is Tourette's. Uranus is electrical energy. Uranus is Kundalini. Uranus is... I think often can be highly aspected in autism too. From what I've seen in charts of children that I know who are autistic. And that is honest and direct, and it comes out quickly. It comes out quickly and it has force in it. And there's like, once again here, the Lovers and the 9 of Cups. It's that feeling of just expressing what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and being at home in that. It's like that feeling of smugness. It's that feeling of being self-contained in yourself. It's, you know, in this other pile here, it's the pelican that has all the fish. It is the pelican that has all the fish. It's like expecting the best for yourself and expressing it. You don't have to be gushing. You don't have to declare undying love. You know, it does. I don't know what life situation you're in. You don't have to leave one situation to be with this person. It's just a crush. You know, it just is inclusive and it just is expressive. And the Chariot card, you can't get anything more forward moving than these, but it has a sense of ease in it. It has a sense of being yourself. It has a sense of the lovers there, of connecting. Okay, so pile number 2, this is definitely a pile where self-expression is the key. And connecting is the key, and being physical is the key, being there is the key. This person's energy is very warm and very expansive. This person wants honesty. This person wants you to be direct. This is not somebody who's turned on by subtleties. They see you as being a very solid person, but being very similar to themselves. The attraction with you is you're the type of person they can sit in their Land Rover, they can sit in their car, and they can go and do things with. You are going to make their life bigger. This is how they see you, by being yourself. There is a feeling of somebody who's extremely busy and doesn't think much. It may be part of their personality, it may be just part of their life circumstances at the moment, but their feelings towards you are fiery. What do fiery people want? You know, what do people with that energy want? They want adventure, they want sex, they want life to be different. They don't want to follow the same track. They don't want to be bored. You don't take a fiery person on a package holiday. It makes them cry. You take them on an adventure holiday. You hire canoes. You go down the Dordogne, or I don't know. You know, it's that type of thing. It's like somebody who wants to hire a van at the top of a country, or not hire a van. You know, you basically put your baggage on vans and you canoe down to the bottom of the country. It's that type of feeling, and you sleep under the stars, and life feels different. Life feels exciting. It's not the mundane. It's not work situations where, regardless how much you love your job, you're doing this, you know, similar things day after day, and you still got to love it 30 years later if you're in the same job. That's fine, but you need these bits in between that. This is what this person sees in you, that you possibly are the in-between bits before amongst the mundane. There's something to do with directness. There's something to do with communication with regards of how they want to, or how they see you. It's like, there's that person, I want to talk to them. Let's see what they do. This honestly doesn't feel like, you know, when people get carried away or obsessed, or they, you know, as they write sweet nothings on napkins and they fall in love. This doesn't have that feeling, to be totally honest, which may feel a bit rude. This has a feeling of like, God, that person looks fun, what we could do together. This isn't an overthinking, over-feeling pile at all. This is like a solid, you know, you've got the lovers at the end. It's like somebody that wants to connect. It's like that really smug face when meeting ET. You know, you're different, let's get moving. You're both different, let's get moving. It's like two weirdos that fall in love, which is lovely. It feels like kids. It feels like openness. It feels like kids. It feels like, you know, kids that come together in the playground and they look at each other and say, you know, you're the best fun ever, let's move, let's do this, let's go play this. And it feels like this, but you're like in grown-up bodysuits. It's like you can see in each other's eyes that you're still kids together, but there's like, and that's probably how they think of you, can see the spark in your eyes, which is, to me, is everything. That's, and I've said this in other readings, that spark that this pile has is everything. And they see that in you, and I think that you see that in them. There's just that glint, that extra long look, that looks, I don't know, it's got to be something as well. You can't walk around with this energy and not hold it in your body. The way that they move, the way that they look, this person's alive. Inside themselves, this person is all there. There's no dragging feet. It's all upright body, you know, straight spine, moving forward. This person enters a room quickly, and when they stand there, people look at them. This is how they see you as well. In fact, more solid. They see you as instantly recognizable as part of them. This person does not stop. You've got to get, if you want to be with this person, you've got, I'll give you a slight, you know, people, this is my rambling stories. My dad, oh my God, my dad moved to Manchester. My mum and my dad split up. My dad moved to Manchester. They've been together, I don't know, 100 years or whatever. My mum's very Plutonic and dad's very Sagittarius Aries. Moved to Manchester, danced every night, got Neptune on his ascendant, out dancing every night. He met, my mum is not very Sagittarius Aries. There's the bit of fire in there, but not much at all. She's very, totally different anyway. He basically met himself. He met a woman who is him. And within a day, and no, actually that's exaggeration, trying to make it more exciting. Within a week, she had her photo by the side of his bed. We were like, what are you doing? But, you know, he wasn't that bothered. He didn't think about her. He wasn't that bothered at all at the beginning. He was like, oh my God, she's like, giving me what am I supposed to do with that? He wasn't interested, but the more that they were together, I'm not saying this isn't the case with you, it was like he didn't think about it. It was, they were like the same person, and the next 20 years, they danced every night together. Went to the pub, you know, he's a big sort of sociable being, went to the pub every night together, and they were the same person. He met the same person. My mum and dad, very different. This has a feeling of meeting yourself. That's how they see you. It's like the other part of themselves, whether male or female. I don't think it really matters at all, to be honest. I don't think it does. And I know they say we split into male and female, but we all come with different energies, don't we? My son's more feminine than my daughter in many ways. So, pile number 2, just to sum you up, your new crush feels that you're very similar. I think they see you as having somebody to have fun with, somebody to move forward with in life, somebody to make life that little bit more exciting than the mundane trivialities, the mundane routine. They are busy. They probably don't actually give you that much attention. If you want attention from this person, you've got to stand in front of them. You've got to make them feel seen. You've got to be seen, make them feel seen, and be direct, be open, be direct, communicate, and look as if your life's moving. If you want to, you know, just, I don't know if you want this. I always feel bad when I'm actually saying do things to show them. It's not a case. You just got to be yourself. You've got the Fool at the end. You've got the Chariot. You've got the Nine of Cups. It's forward movement with a feeling of ease in yourself. And connect emotionally. It's like feeling of complimenting here. It's like, if you like them, let them know. You don't have to say it in a really creepy way. You don't have to want anything from it. This pile doesn't want anything from anybody apart from life to be bigger. This has a really gorgeous, feisty, fiery feel about it, where you want to burn inside and you want your life outside to burn too. It's like, it's impatient. And like I said in a pile not so long ago, it reminds me of the guy out of Four Weddings and a Funeral, the guy with the beard that dances and puts his all into every party. And that is, you know, life is short, and that is what's needed. Right, pile number 2, I'm going to finish there. I intended answering individual questions throughout that and didn't do any of that. So I hope you get a feeling there rather than each, questions answered, because I just didn't do it very well. But to me, it is impetuous. They see you as somebody they can grab and put in a car and go somewhere. They see you as somebody who, if they ask you a question, whether you found them attractive, you would answer them straight and open and honest. Either way, yes or no. They see you as wanting more of you because they want to connect with you. You have to get within their vicinity. They have to see you, because this person doesn't think. They don't do a lot of thinking. They are too busy to write poetry. They want somebody there in front of them. They want them to be open and laughing and funny and brushing things off and giving and including people. And it's a group person. It's a group player, this one. Okay, pile number 2. I'm going to go now. Thank you for spending some time with me. Bye. Well, pile number 3, I haven't looked at these cards properly. I always intend to sort of get my thoughts together before I start, and I never do. But this has a feeling of more complicated than any of, if this isn't your spread, then perhaps check out the other 2. More complicated than the other 2 spreads. There's possibly a feeling of complications, maybe to do with other relationships here. I don't know, there's just complications at the moment. There's feelings of defensiveness here in this attraction. This person feels like an earnest, as in like they don't really know what's going on. They're not aware of your attraction to them at the moment. They're coming across as the King of Pentacles, and there's a very sort of slow moving, methodical feel in this. More so from them, or somebody who is probably established in life. They may be a boss, they may be somebody you know through work with the Pentacles card there. Could even be like some sort of family member, but there's something very sort of dedicated in their personality. They're doing something head down, working hard. That is part of their personality. It's like the provider feeling. It's somebody that is stuck doing something, but there's a feeling here that they see beauty once it starts blossoming. It's not somebody that looks for it. There's not that pentacle feeling of somebody, you know, like a Taurus feeling of somebody that likes to see beauty in lots of different things, normally very expensive things. It's somebody who is got their head down and working, and it's Mr. Bolwood again. What is that book? Far from Maddening Crowd. It's somebody who doesn't see love until they see it. Because you've got so many people have told me how to say this, Rosh Cash. I think I said it correctly for the first time in about a year. With regards to their energy, it's like could go either way. It's not decided yet. This may be a new crush from your perspective. This may be somebody who's not aware of your feelings for them yet. It does honestly feel like that. You're coming across as the Knight of Wands, but you've got the Nine of Wands next to you. So I think naturally you're quite an exuberant nature, somebody that gives easily or falls in love very easily and connects extremely easily. Somebody that has a kind heart and likes falling in love because it makes you feel alive. This person hasn't looked up yet. This person is a blank slate at the moment. You're plodding. You're coming across as the kind-hearted moose here. That moose is slow moving. It's got good intentions. It's very easy. This is you, very easy with yourself, but you're not actually straying from your path yet because you're not sure of how it's going to be received. That is what I'm feeling here. Their thoughts, I don't think at the moment, it feels like they may be in a situation in their life where they're busy, they're engrossed in something, or something is quite slightly antagonistic with regards to what they're dealing. So this is where the complication feeling comes in with regards to them, and whether they actually know your intentions and what they feel towards you. I'm guessing unaware or complicated, confused. This feels like engrossed in something mundane. It's like somebody who works too much and doesn't have a lot of time for relationships until this isn't like the last power where the relationship hits them in the face. This is a slow seeper. This is somebody who does a kind gesture. It's like, could have that Capricorn feel. You know, Capricorns fall in love with people who are there for a long time. It's a slow burner, and you know, it could be somebody that you look after their cat when they go on holiday. Fine. No, it's different. It's different for everybody, isn't it? Or that you cook them a meal and take a meal round when something's happened. That, you know, it's that type of giving, practical giving, that builds, that gets this type of person possibly. Because at the moment they are engrossed in themselves. It does give me a feeling that they're either in a period of movement in their life from one situation to the next, like starting a new job, new relationship, you know, just something different, and their heads down. They're just doing it. Their feelings towards you are of kindness and sweetness, and they see you as being very innocent. They see you as being quite childlike in a very sort of open way. and possibly to do with the situation that they're in and where their attention is tied at the moment. They see you as the complete opposite. They see you as having it all, at being very relaxed, very easy with yourself. Even though you're coming across as the Nine of Wands, I think that is probably with regards to your attraction to them and not wanting to show too much too early. At the moment they're in, this has a very Capricorn feel to it, because their intentions are the Ten of Pentacles. And we've just talked about Capricorn. What would Capricorn eventually want from somebody is to be solid and established and have, you could have my family name. You're a very lucky person. It's that type of feeling. And Capricorns, they like to leave a legacy. They like to have slow moving relationships. They like to have established relationships. They like to have a family that's not disturbed by outside circumstance. It's like keep it in the family, that type of thing. That was my Godfather impression. But the thing that sticks out here is you coming across as the Knight of Wands. So you're coming across as being very sort of at ease with yourself, normally attractive in a very sort of let's just get up and do it sort of way, very laid back. And there's something to do with the connection here that may be part of who they were before they got stuck into the mundane. Maybe they were more childlike. Well, everybody was more childlike when they were a child. But there's that feeling of before they had worries. You are their reflection before they had worries, before they decided to play the game of being responsible. It feels like they've taken too much on of that. And then you may be that reminder of how they used to skip around when they were a kid. Skippity skip, skip, skip. There's something going on in this person's life. I feel that you're attracted to somebody who is in transition here. Something has to end for this crush to actually be realised in some way. And I don't know whether it's another relationship, but it feels as if you can't move in on this person. You can't move close to this person, or that's part, because you are coming across as the Knight of Wands. And what does the Knight of Wands, the Wands are, the Knights are movement, and the Wands are forward, honest, open, exuberant, adventurous movement. But you're blocked with the Knight of Wands here. It's almost like I'm pushing. It's like a horse behind the stable and you're sort of like peeking your little snoz out, and all you want to do is kick down the barn door and go move him. Stable door. Yeah, you want to kick down the stable door. It's like you're sneaking your nose over the top and you're sort of peering and looking at the field, and this person's in the field, and your hoofs are going, your hoofs are going. But this person is like is like the farmer in the field that's actually toiling the soil, whatever that is. And it's as if they can't see you yet, because they're engrossed in themselves, and that toiling, their head down looking at the soil, and has to end for them to be able to open up to you, because this has a feeling here. Your advice is something has to end for this crush to go any further. Which I don't know is another relationship, because you have got the Queen of Swords here and you've got the Hanged Man, which makes me think there possibly could be somebody else involved, which is causing a lot more thinking than action, and you are action orientated here. And you have got the Death card, and this down here is how is the relationship going to move. Something has to end for this relationship to move, and you've got advice here is the Death. Something has to end. Let me put some more on this. Yeah, it's like you've got other people. There's a Queen of Swords at the bottom here. There's a King of Cups at the bottom here. It doesn't have to be, but to me that would be my first thought, is there's other people possibly in this relationship, because you've got like two kings and a queen and the knight, which isn't unusual, but there's definitely a feeling here, because I'm looking at something that needs to end. It's like for you to move any forward, it feels like a crush you've got on somebody, and perhaps you've got somebody already, or they're with somebody, and maybe this is where the Nine of Wands comes in, where somebody who's quite forward thinking, quite a straightforward nature, is actually keeping it to themselves in some way. And that's where the thoughts may be all over the place. And I think it's from your side, because I honestly think this person is what we used to term as earnest, somebody that is very earnest. You used to call them earnest because they're earnest, who it has a Virgo feeling as well. You know, that Virgo are not really looking out for extramarital affairs. I'm not saying they wouldn't have one. It's a case of if it's not in front of men, it's not concrete, and what the earth signs, to be honest, totally, you know, to be totally honest, totally, then it's not happening. Well, I'm married, it's not happening. You know, that type of feeling. So this person has got that earnest feel about it, that they're not really aware of what's going on yet. And for this to move forward, is going to take a bit of a ending of some other circumstance, which could be work, could be, you know, it could be anything, it could be college, it could be moving closer to each other, but it's something has to change for this to get moving. This person's feelings towards you is like I don't know if you've I'm getting the impression here that you've spoken, or there's some sort of communication. I don't know whether it's online. I don't know whether it's, you know, actually together in some way or on the telephone, but there's something to do with communication that feels exciting. There's as if you've floated this person's boat with regards to possibilities, but not probabilities. There's a feeling here of potential that has not quite realised in their mind. This person is almost like you've got to knock them over the head to realise that you're interested. They've no idea that you're interested in them. They just think you're a nice person. They just think, oh yeah, what a lovely, attractive person. So lovely, so giving. Don't we get on well? And you're like, I'm not going to give any more until I know more. And this person has no idea. They see you as a beautiful person. I don't know about physically, but they see you as being inside yourself perfect. Don't change a thing. It's like the Knight of Wands, the Six of Cups, and the communication there. It's like, God, that person's gorgeous. They're so lovely to talk to. Have you ever met this person? You know, you really like her. You really like him. It's that type of conversation I have with somebody else. Do you know so and so? Aren't they beautiful? And then it's like they haven't really put themselves into their perspective in their mind, like a potential relationship yet. But it's like admiration. It's like admiration. It is that conversation where they will be saying, I met so and so. My God, aren't they gorgeous? Aren't they such a lovely person? Very genuine. Very genuine. And all you Geminis are saying, oh, surely there's more to it than that. Yeah, they don't think that you're interested at all. It hasn't crossed their mind. I think it's more from their mindset than you not expressing it. I'm not saying you have, because you have this guarded feeling here, but there's a really strong feeling that things are confused between, which you may actually like at the moment, you may not be ready, because with this Death card and the Ten of Swords here, it may be not the right time to be communicating your attraction to them. Let me just do a couple more. Do you know, they think that you are like perfect personality personified. It's a bit of alliteration there. It's like you're really easy with yourself. You just seem extremely happy in yourself. You've sort of fought your own battles and won. That type of feeling with regards to how you come across. Somebody very smooth, somebody gentle-natured, but not. It's somebody who Has a strong nature but takes the gentle path. I don't know if that sounds silly, but that is what it feels like. You've got Temperance card, how they see you. You've got Temperance, you've got Chariot, you've got the Nine of Cups. It's like somebody extremely wise but strong, and somebody who's easy themselves. Somebody that is not hard on themselves, because what's the point? What's the point in berating yourself? There's no point in self-flagellation as long as you're working hard on yourself continually, every moment, each day. And that is how you come across the Knight of Wands. It is like forceful, but, and it's the kind-hearted moose. It's like forceful, but at ease. In the correct way. That feels really nice. Your energy feels absolutely beautiful with these cards here and that card there. And it's almost like, I wonder whether your Knight of Wands here, with regards to what I've just thought or just said there, is like, you're not going to reveal too much of yourself because you're not going to put yourself into that position just for yourself. Why would you do that? Why would you put yourself on the line if it's going to be negative to you? It's like you don't hurt yourself. It's not somebody who basically needs to scour themselves with a Brillo pad every morning just to feel alive. It's like somebody who has, you've got love for yourself, which is, you know, is great. Not self-indulgent love, but just sort of respect for yourself and your own feelings and what you need. It's like acknowledgement of what you need to function, and then you make yourself happy, and so you make other people happy. It's like straightforward. Of course I do that. Why not? It's just got a very grand feeling of knowing who you are, and this is how they perceive you. That, you know, it's like untouchable in some way. It's like, why would they need me? They're perfect. This person feels as if they're struggling a little bit. It's like admiration for you. And this isn't like that's, you know, that's power that you want when you're looking at a crush of sexy. I've seen them, and I can't keep, you know, when I put my hands on them. This has got a feeling of respect, and sorry, this may be very boring for you. Respect and admiration, but all they're in a position in life where they're not ready to move as yet. In some ways, I wonder whether they see you as out of their league, because they feel as if they're struggling with, I'm guessing, a life circumstance at the moment. And you're coming across as somebody, I have this image of you sitting at a desk with your legs on the desk and a pen in your mouth. That type of feeling, laughing with your workmates, or driving past in a car, you know, just smiling and laughing and at ease with yourself, and just looking after yourself. You know, you look after your body, you look after your insides, you know, you look after, you know, like your physicality and your mentality and your spirituality all in one, every day, every second. And there's like a feeling from them of untouchable, I'm guessing. And it's like a snippets of communication that you have had, and they have felt it and smelt it. Not dealt it. They have felt it, and they sense it, they admire it, you're out of their league, and they haven't even questioned it. This is somebody who is, I'm guessing, very steady, quite earthy natured, who doesn't fantasize or imagine unless they're given permission, unless it's going to be somehow formed in reality in some way before they can open up. This is Mr. Bolwood. You know the story. I know lots of people say, who's Mr. Bolwood? It's the first person that flicks into my mind. It's when, is it, not George Orwell? Who wrote the book? George somebody. I can't remember. Anyway, this lady moves into a farm. She's got the shepherd after her, who's absolutely gorgeous in the film. And she has a landowner next to her, and she writes sort of jokingly a Valentine's card to him. This is what it feels like. Very steady man, doesn't, you know, gets on with his work, very dedicated, and she's joking with her friends, writes a Valentine's card to him, and then he starts falling, only then he starts falling madly in love with her. This has the feeling. It's like he needs permission, she needs permission, until they start actually finding their emotions, because this person feels as if they're stuck in a life transition in some way, moving into something, working on something, honed in on something, possibly third party, but that third party could be absolutely anything. It doesn't have to be a person. It's just something in the way that not negative, but is engrossing their attention at the moment, and you're there and you're out of their league. It's honestly that type of person that they talk to other people and say, have you seen this person? They are so beautiful in every way. And this has a more, it's not just physical, it has an ease of who you are about it. It has a beauty about you that is more than physical. It's got that shine about it. It's like the energy that seeps out of you that people feel before you even talk to them. So it's somebody that works hard on themselves, and there's a prince that said once that energy of somebody whoever walks in on them, whether it's somebody famous, whether it's somebody they're attracted to, whether it's somebody they've argued with, they just don't shift because they're just worked on themselves and they're just happy on themselves. That's what this person sees you as. Anyway, pile number 3. I'm going to finish there. I know that's probably not sexy as you might like, but that is what I am seeing in that. And if you look at the cards, there's not really, it is admiration, it's respect, it's beauty, all encompassing here, rather than just beautiful eyes, nice butt, big muscles, whatever. Pile number 3, I'm going to leave you there. Thank you very much for joining me. Bye.